Hello everyone, I am Deepashri. In our previous session, we learnt about explain the necessity of cooling, state the methods of cooling, explain the transformer oil, name 3 insulating oils used in transformer, list the important properties of transformer oil, state the necessity of transformer oil, state the causes of deterioration of oil, explain the methods of testing the oil for its parameters. This video is about practice on winding of small transformers. Objectives. In this class, we will discuss about state the important points to be taken for rewinding the transformer, explain the rewinding procedure for small transformers, calculate the number of turns per volt using formula and determine the primary and secondary turns, determine the dimensions of transformer, size of bobbins and size of winding wire, explain the test to be carried out after winding the transformers. Rewinding of small transformers. It is necessary to rewind a transformer when the winding is burnt out or badly damaged. While dismantling transformer, care should be taken to record the necessary particulars, that is data, by which the rewinding process becomes easy and the original performance of the transformer is assured. Recording the data. The following data has to be taken from the transformer before and during disassembling. Number of windings, turns or layers, sizes of wires and insulation, input or output voltages and current, kVA ratings, connection diagram, terminal markings and lead position, types of cores or number of stamping, physical condition of bobbin or core, insulation schemes like size and specification of binding, layer, interlayer, interwinding, bobbins, lead wires, sleeves, etc. If the old bobbin is reused for winding, it shall be cleaned well and shall be free from any break or crack. If a new bobbin is used, it shall be checked with stamping, that is core, for proper assembly in order to avoid too much air gap or too tight fitting. For winding, a suitable size of wire shall be selected from data and the size of the wire shall be measured as per IS 4800 Part 1 1968. Method of stacking. Before stacking the core, the stamping shall be checked for dents, bends and core insulation. The bends on the core shall be removed and the mangle core shall be set right. The stacking shall be done as in the original sequence and pattern. Procedure of rewinding a transformer. As stated before, if all necessary winding details are obtained while disassembling a burnt out transformer, the rewinding procedure will be more or less easy. However, if you have to prepare a new transformer, the following information will be of great help. Designing a transformer. Small transformers are generally of shell type. In shell type, both primary and secondary windings are mounted in the center rim of the core. To design a small power transformer, proceed the steps as follows. Step 1. Find the total output power from the load voltage and current of the transformer. P2 is equal to E2 into I2. The following example is given for your guidance. Primary voltage is 240 volt, secondary voltage is 6 volt, secondary total current is 2 ampere. From the example, the output power can be calculated as 6 into 2 is equal to 12 volt ampere. Step 2. Find the input watts. P1 is equal to P2 by percentage efficiency. Normally, the efficiency of a transformer is 80 to 90. As in the example, P1 is equal to 6 into 2 into 100 divided by 80, which is equal to 15 volt ampere. Step 3. Determine the required cross-sectional area of the core of the transformer. For finding the cross-section area, certain parameters like the flux density of metal used for lamination, frequency of supply, allowable current density in winding wire and power input to the transformer needs to be known. Cross section area is equal to 20 into 21, which is equal to 420 square millimeter or 4.2 square centimeter. This table gives the standard size of stamping having E and I type laminations which is available in market is given for your reference. This diagram gives the dimensions of stamping. For the core area of 4.248 square centimeter, we can use the core dimensions having 20 millimeter as width and core thickness as 21 millimeter. Step 4. The next step is to calculate the voltage per turn using the formula E is equal to 4.44 into B into A into F into 10 to the power 4, where E is voltage per turn, B is flux density in Tesla, A is area of iron core in centimeter square, F is frequency in hertz. For example, E is equal to 4.44 into 0.8 into 4.24 into 50 into 10 to the power of minus 4, which is equal to 0.0753 volts. Step 5. Calculate the primary coil turns. N1 is equal to 240 divided by 0.0753, which is equal to 3187 turns approximately. Calculate the secondary coil turns. N2 is equal to 6 divided by 0.0753, which is equal to 80 turns approximately. Add 10% to compensate the voltage drop that is internal to the secondary winding, that is N2 is equal to 88 turns. Step 6. Calculate the size of the wire with respect to the input power. P is equal to E into I. I is equal to P by E. And according to the example, primary current I1 is equal to 15 by 240, which is equal to 0.0625 amps. Secondary current I2 is equal to 15 divided by 6, which is equal to 2.5 amps. Cross section of primary conductor considering 3 amps per millimeter square as current density will be A is equal to 0.0625 divided by 3, which is equal to 0.020833 millimeter square. Diameter is equal to 0.1628 millimeter, that is 0.160 millimeter diameter or 37 SWG approximately. Cross section of secondary conductor considering 3 ampere per millimeter square as current density will be A is equal to 2.5 divided by 3, which is equal to 0.8333 millimeter square. Diameter is equal to 1.029 millimeter. Say that is 1.00 millimeter diameter, hence 19 SWG. Step 7. The diagram gives the general dimensions of a bobbin. Here the bobbin selected is EI 60 divided by 21, which suits the core thickness of the center limb taken earlier as 21 millimeter and core width as 20 millimeter. Step 8. Check the feasibility of accommodating the number of turns of primary and secondary within the winding space. Though the number of turns in primary to be 3187 of 37 SWG and secondary to be 88 turns of 19 SWG super enamel copper wire, it is utmost important to check whether the winding along with the respective insulation could be accommodated within the winding space of the core. This has to be determined before taking up the winding. Conclusion. For transformer, as in the example, the derived winding data is as follows. Transformer rating. Primary is 240 volt, secondary is 6 volt, frequency is 50 volt, volt ampere input is 15 volt ampere. Core. Core area is 20 into 21 millimeter as decided in step 3. Bobbins. Breadth 20.6 millimeter, height 21 millimeter, length 26.7 millimeter, and the total height of the flange 42.7 millimeter as decided in the step 7. Wire sizes and turns. Primary is 3187 turns of size 0.16 millimeter or 37 SWG. Secondary is 88 turns of size 1.00 millimeter or 19 SWG. Stampings. Considering the thickness of each stampings as 0.35 millimeter, for the total thickness of 21 millimeter, we may require 60 stampings. Considering the space between stampings and stackings, we may require 55 stampings only. Hence, EI 60 divided by 21 type 55 number of stampings having 0.35 millimeter thickness are to be procured. Testing of transformer after rewinding. After rewinding the core assembly, the transformer is to be inspected for proper thickness of core and coil as well as the proper termination of end leads. Insulation resistance test. Insulation resistance is measured between winding and core with a 500 volt measure. The reading so obtained shall be infinity and in no case below 1 mega ohm. Transformation ratio test. Keeping the transformer secondary open, the primary shall be connected to the rated AC voltage. With the help of suitable voltmeter, both the primary and the secondary voltages shall be measured. Load test. The transformer shall be connected with a suitable load so that the full load secondary current flows through the secondary of the transformer winding. The rise in winding temperature shall be observed by suitable industrial thermometer on the load. The transformer temperature will rise initially and after some time the temperature will be a standstill. The rise in temperature shall be noted and it shall be within the limit of class of insulation of transformer designed. Short circuit test. Where it is not possible to load the transformer directly, the secondary winding of the transformer shall be short circuited and the low voltage on the primary shall be adjusted through dimmer stat so that the full load secondary current flows through the secondary winding of the transformer. The transformer so switched on shall be tested for the rise in temperature to ascertain the class of insulation. In this class, we learnt about state the important data to be taken for rewinding the transformer, explain the rewinding procedure for small transformer, calculate the number of turns per volt using the formula and determine the primary and secondary turns, determine the dimensions of transformer, size of bobbins and size of winding wire. Explain the test to be carried out after winding the transformer. I hope you all understood this topic very well. Thank you for watching and we will meet in our next class.